Hey, what's up guys? I'm Shun, FREERIDER. All around business, you have to consider and edit. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Shun, FREERIDER. All around business, you have to make and edit contract each by business meeting, I think. But it's so complicated, but it's so important. Yeah. I always confused too here. Concord, you don't have to consider it anymore. So thank you for your time today. So first, please tell me about your product, Concord.
Yes.
Okay.
So Concord. So we are a contract management platform, and we help companies manage all their contracts, HR, vendor, customer agreements, and we help them do that across all stages of the life cycle. So basically, our customers can create their contract online. They can share these contracts with their colleagues, their third parties, everything online. Edit the contract like they were on Google Docs. So they don't have to send Word documents back and forth ever again to negotiate a document. And then they can sign the contract electronically, and after that they can manage the execution of their contract, receive deadline alerts so they don't miss a renewal anymore, etc. We've been around for 2 years now. We work with more than 30,000 companies in the world. We have customers that goes from small startup that use Concord every day, but we also work with banks. We work with Bosch, with Siemens, so we start to a lot of big companies using Concord too.
Oh, really? You're very big, from startup, small startup to big company.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, what kind of construction do you deal often?
What of contracts you mean?
Yeah, what kind of construction?
So we can really manage any type of contracts. Most of the time, our customers manage vendors agreements.
Vendor agreement.
Yeah. So whenever you are a vendor, instead of just like sending these Word documents back and forth, you can just do everything on Concord. So definitely vendor agreements, a lot of customer agreements too. We have an integration with Salesforce, for instance. So whenever a sales rep wants to sign a contract with a customer, he can just click in one button on Salesforce and create a contract automatically on Concord and send it to his customer. So it's mostly where we work a lot with. So HR also is another kind of department we work with. So for instance, everyone in our team here signed their job letter on Concord and not manually like it's the case.
What's the major problem is?
In contracts?
Yeah.
The thing with contracts is that there is contracts absolutely everywhere now.
Yeah.
Contracts is a part of our life, and whether we like it or not, we have to deal with them. But the issue with contracts is that contract management, in the end, is still where finance was 30 years ago. Meaning that 96% of the companies in the world right now still manage their contract manually. So it's what I told you about. It's sending Word documents back and forth when you try to negotiate something, and you never know who modified what, when, why. It's always a terrible mess. Then sometimes you sign your contract, but after that you lose it. You don't know where it is, or you forget about the renewal of your contract, and so you end up paying more fees than what you should have paid for. And so there's a lot of pain around contracts, and it's actually probably the last part of a company that has not been computerized yet. Like we have software to manage everything else in a company. If you want to manage your customers, if you want to manage your employees, you have software for that. But as crazy as it sounds, it's not the case with contracts. Once again, 96% of the companies in the world still manage their contract manually. And so that's why we decided to change that. The story about Concord is we created this company because a few years ago, I was working for the CEO of a $5 billion company.
Really?
Yeah, and the thing is, one day the CEO asked me to renegotiate 500 contracts we had with 500 vendors in the company. And so, you know, it gave me that mission. In the first 5 years, I was actually really happy about it because there was a lot of money involved. So I felt really proud that it was just an important mission. But that was just the first 5 minutes, because then I realized that it just gave me the worst job I ever had in my entire life. Because I basically spent 6 months doing that. I spent 1 month just looking for the contracts in the file cabinets of the company, and we couldn't find all of them. Then I spent 1 month just reading the contracts one by one to know when they were signed, the termination notices, etc. And then I spent 4 months sending Word documents to thousands of people with thousands of documents, and it was just a terrible mess. So that's how we basically started the company. At that time, I felt so miserable every day, asking myself, what the hell? Why are we managing contracts manually in a $5 billion company? There's something wrong here. And so that's how we started Concord.
Cool. It's a very good story too, yeah. What do you hope to achieve with your foundation in the future?
What we try to achieve here is basically to create a Salesforce for contracts. If you look, it's really interesting because Salesforce did for customers what we're trying to do right now for contracts. 15 years ago, most of the companies in the world were still managing their customers on Excel, because at that time the solutions that were on the market were too expensive and too complex.
Yeah.
And so Mark Benioff arrived with Salesforce with something simpler, cheaper, on the cloud, and nowadays, like every single company in the world has a CRM. And we think it's going to be exactly the same thing for contracts. Right now, 96% still manage their contract manually, but we think that in 10 years from now, every single company in the world will have a contract management system. And so we want to be that contract management system we're going to use. We want to be that next Salesforce for contracts.
Cool. Please tell me about your dream.
My dream?
Yeah.
For the company, you mean? Or
your private, yeah.
My private dream?
Private, yeah, but yourself, yeah. The future, yeah.
Oh, that's a very tough question. My personal dream would be just to try to have an impact on the environment, on what I do every day. Someone told me one day that in life you have two choices. You can either have a big impact on a small topic, or you can have a small impact on a big topic. And so right now I have a big impact on a small topic. We try to help companies manage their contracts. So we are not solving like world peace or anything like that, but we're trying to solve that specific issue that's a small topic, which is contract management. My personal dream would be after that, after we achieve to become the next Salesforce for contract, might be to then try to have a small impact on a bigger topic. I worked in the past in politics. I had a chance to work with the former French president, Nicolas Sarkozy. That's probably something I would try to do again later in the future, probably in 30 years from now though.
Thank you.
I forgot all my Japanese. That's pretty terrible. It's sad because I used to be pretty good at Japanese. I had a chance to go to read Kawabata in Japanese, kata ude. Since then I forgot everything.
Yeah, okay. So it's a very traditional, yeah.